Welcome back. The TOL guys are with us, Richard, of course, and Spencer. Let me start with you, Spencer, on the news that Clay Helton gets fired after 2 games.
Yeah, it's week 3, Paul. It's week 3, and USC has already canned Clay Helton. They had enough. They took one sip out of the milk jug and just threw it, even though I would say that substantively, this isn't much different than the milk's been for at least 3 years under Clay Helton. I don't know why you do it now. I don't know why the Stanford loss is any worse than any other loss that USC's had under Clay Helton. I guess they just had it. But by the way, if you get fired, this is how to do it. Make sure they issue a press release, okay? Because that thing looked copy edited, ready to go, polished. Richard just checked. He's not even on the coach's roster anymore on the website. He's been nuked from the website. They already have the interim up in the roster.
No, they were ready to rock here. This was a top-down scrub. I think we understand that when you lose to the Stanford team that played like Stanford did week 1, it's going to raise some eyebrows. Spencer, I think what's interesting here is the fact that Heritage Hall, which is what we sort of call the firm behind USC, is always this sort of wildly unpredictable place. But I think it's become even more unpredictable now, given that Mike Bohn, who was Cincinnati's former athletic director, is now the athletic director at USC, because he's the first outsider, so to speak, to take over USC's athletic department, basically in my lifetime. It's always been inside guys. Mm-hmm. Now you got an outsider here, and it appears that the outsider has made the heavy-handed move by taking control of the situation. At least that's my read on it, by firing Clay Helton this quickly.
Let's talk about where they go next. They have plenty of time. Usually if you fire somebody maybe in early November to give yourself a chance, they have a lifetime to look for the next coach. It used to be that Urban Meyer was top of the list. Jacksonville fans may want him to be top of the list, but Spencer, where are they going?
I don't know why you mentioned Urban Meyer. He has a job, sir. He will be staying with that job. This rumor mongering will not stand. There's an interesting question here because he is an outsider, but chances are Mike Bohn's going to have to satisfy some internal tensions inside the program by considering USC alum, maybe if not first, but at least make them part of the process. I think somebody that they're going to look at may already be on staff. They may like what Graham Harrell is doing at offensive coordinator, and they may stay internal, especially because you said they have time. Now, time is also a chance for everyone else on that staff to audition for the job under live fire and in real time. So I would not be surprised to see somebody hired off this staff.
Yeah, I think so. First of all, it's a USC coaching search. So Jeff Fisher, Jack Del Rio, come on down.
Come on.
I know that Jeff Fisher, at least, is helping Eddie George out at Tennessee State. So get up to Nashville, see if he'll take the job. I joke. I kid. Trust me. But, I think the obvious one-to-one connection is going to be Luke Fickell. Mike Bohn, a Cincinnati guy. We know what Luke Fickell's doing at Cincinnati. I would imagine that's one of the first calls he makes. We'll see if he ends up coming on down to L.A. I don't know if that's a cultural fit, but, winning is a cultural fit, so maybe USC should try that for a change. Outside of that, it's the hot guys. James Franklin at Penn State, he's probably going to be on that list. That there's some other coach. This is USC, man, and I know that USC has not been USC in the last 10 years, but for God's sakes, it's USC, and they can swing a pretty big stick when it comes to coaching searches here.
I don't know why Jeff Fisher always gets mentioned for that job. I know he went there and played there, but I'm wondering if Jeff Fisher could get a job anywhere right now.
Hey, listen, that is USC alum Jeff Fisher, and that is Super Bowl participating.
Yes, Super Bowl entrant Jeff Fisher.
Yeah, and most importantly, rested, ready, and available, Paul. Remember, you got to be available and you got to be ready to take the job, and Jeff Fisher is both. Did I say he should get the job? Absolutely not. Don't quote me on that.
He would be cheap.
I don't know. You know what? I'm just going to say this to anyone applying for this job. I don't care if you're underqualified, overqualified, or barely alive. Overcharge, okay? You only get one chance to get the bag. Go ahead and take it while you can.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.